Welcome everyone to season 5, episode 3 of the Cosme Reads.
Woohoo.
Yeah,
Episode 103.
Episode 103.
Yes.
It's gonna be easy this whole season because it's just counting the 3.
Yep.
4, 5, yeah. Can't lose track this time.
No,
Sounds good. How's everyone doing tonight?
Good.
Sleepy.
I'm sleepy too.
Sleepy.
Suffered
Yeah,
from
me too.
insomnia last night, so I am like going on like way too many hours with no sleep, unfortunately. So hopefully tonight I can fall asleep.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
It was a rough day at work.
Yeah, and you have a caffeine intolerance or allergy, so you can't even fake it like by just adding a ton of caffeine to your system.
That's a good point, man. I can't even like take like a Coke or a coffee or something to help me out. I gotta suffer through it, unfortunately.
Yeah. Unlike me, I'll just keep on just the steady stream of coffee all day long to keep me going.
Just doing it intravenously, huh?
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, when like days like today, it was a rough one. But anyways, yeah, so personal life had a good weekend though. We had lots of cookouts, but also last week we finally got a new contractor that started. Well, not a new contractor, a new project manager, same contractor that's actually done more work in the last week than the last 4 months combined. So there's progress. So maybe by Halloween we'll be done.
Yeah, maybe that's a soft maybe.
He has to fix a lot of stuff that the other people did. So it's he's moving fast. He's doing really good work. So he built up the closet today.
The tunnel is what you're saying.
Yeah, it looks like it. So I can stop complaining every week to you guys about my construction and renovation process. So, and I'll be in my new recording space, which, I'm excited to get into that and have a permanent home and not have to move all my equipment around every single week to a different place, to my kitchen. That's where I am right now. So the kids don't hear me. I don't wake kids up. Anyways, how about you? What's new besides not sleeping?
Oh, nothing.
Okay.
I got nothing really. I was doing I went on ChatGPT and I tried to get it to give me a new health meal plan thing. That worked for about 3 weeks. And then I realized it's this is not really as effective as I thought it was going to be. So it just had me overeating constantly because it's like, you need to have all this protein. And I was like, okay. I gained 6 pounds.
To feed.
Oh no! This is not
what you get for trusting AI.
Dude, the robot overlords are trying to fatten you up so you can be the batteries. Haven't you seen the Matrix? They need you to be nice and fat to get plugged in the machine.
Alan, that's true,
robot overlords.
Yeah, I agree with Alan wholeheartedly. You can't trust
them. Because the first couple of days I was eating,
the Matrix.
I was like, is it telling me eat again? And it was always really protein dense, all this kind of stuff, which is fine. I get that. But it was insane. And I was like, and I kept asking, I was like, hey, are you sure you're doing this right? And it's like, don't worry, it might be water weight and blah, blah, blah.
Trust us.
Man, but I have the scale that measures your fat, skeletal muscle, all the things. So it was saying that it was ticking up in the wrong way. And I was like, oh, you can't say this is all muscle. Get out of here. So I just ended up just stopping it and instantly lost 5 pounds. So I'm like, screw that.
Yeah.
So anyway, but I do know, the reason I went on it is because I know that, you hit 50, you start losing muscle quicker, you have other issues. And I was like, I need to get a little help. I was like, I know when I'm outside of my depth. So I was like, I need to figure out ways to get my protein in and keep my weight managed and all the things. And it was kind of helping, but then it went bananas cuckoo. And then I realized, like Alan was saying, it's trying to fatten me up for the Matrix.
It does lie. I just asked, I said, why are you trying to fatten people up with their meal plans? And then ChatGPT says, I'm not trying to fatten anyone up. When I make meal plans, I'm working. It sounds very, very much like, I'm not trying to do that. Stop it.
Yeah. But what if people had or asked you to make a plan to make them gain weight like that,
Yeah.
You're just immediately going to be defensive. ChatGPT?
Because I mean, I literally
Look
went
at
in ChatGPT and said, "Hey, look, my weight is ticking up, even though I've been eating and working out the same way for the last I don't know how many years." And I was like, "I feel like something's changed because I hit 50." I was like, "Can you help me out?" It knew I was trying to lose weight, and it still was like, "Nah, eat it up, fat boy."
Eat it up.
And I was like,
It
"I
even says I use the filling approach with most people because it isn't about fattening the people. It's about making sure no one walks away from the dinner table and looking for a cereal box an hour later.
whatever."
Sure. Okay.
Yeah,
You keep telling yourself that, ChatGPT.
yeah, I know, man. It was fattening me up for the slaughter.
For the slot to plug you into the
Sure was.
machine to make you a battery.
And you know it was. It was like, okay, now that you're at this weight, touch this AA battery. You know, see if you can recharge it.
Sure.
Can't
Robot
trust the
overlords.
system.
The robot overlords. Yeah, exactly.
Mhm.
Fun times. Either that or the comment that's everyone that Harvard scientists made, like started making wild claims about and freaked everybody out. They realized he was just trying to get like clicks and views.
Oh
He's
yeah,
trying to get
yeah,
credit.
yeah.
I don't know if you saw that. Anyway, let's talk about Cosmere because we can. We're talking about
Yeah.
Wax and Wayne because
11
we
minutes.
left off on like kind of a cliffhanger.
I think that's our record. 11 minutes of chit chat and then getting into the book. Like, damn.
We're at 9 minutes.
9 minutes. Oh, because we started
Yours
a little
is-
bit late.
Oh yeah. He's right.
Wow, 9 minutes.
9
That's
minutes.
a record. Throw that in the
Hey, we're
book.
tired. It's time to start talking. All
true.
right.
You know, actually, this has happened before. When we are like either tired, sick, or hungry, we get to business real
Yeah,
fast.
we get into business.
Yes.
Get the business.
Get to
Um,
business. It's business time.
It's business. No, we don't wear no socks. Business time. Anyway, great. Fly the Concords. Love the reference. Yeah, we left on a cliffhanger last time. So right where we left off, the doors opened up and all the thugs came in. Or no, actually, that's right. This is right when they started shooting. The thugs came in and they started shooting. And this is where we left off. So they already been in. They did the robbery part, but now it's time to let them loose on the rest of the room.
Right.
And
They already came in.
the end of last time,
Yeah,
Wayne was like, "Now you screwed up."
Yep.
Yeah.
And then he's like,
So,
"Take them, boys," you know.
Mm-hmm.
And he's like, "Oh, now you done messed up."
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, and we start in a speed bubble, and Wax gets everything ready to go, and Wayne drops the speed bubble, and immediately Wax kills 2 of the bandits. It takes off. I guess he runs over and takes cover. Wayne does. But yeah, there's just mass chaos everywhere. I mean, it's a really, really fun written scene just about them like jumping around everywhere and like jumping on balconies and him losing weight and gaining weight. Wax is because all from his point of view, and he's trying to keep an eye on where Wayne is and all of this. And of course, this takes all the thugs by surprise, the Vanishers, because they didn't expect any resistance. So now that guns are firing at them, it takes them a little second to realize that like, oh, that's not us. Oh crap, we're under attack. Right. So they start panicking too, and it's just kind of like a chaotic scene. But Wax is kind of coming to and trying to figure out how to save either Steris or Mercy. But at the same time, he realizes Wayne's in trouble as well. So all this stuff's happening kind of all at once. We get Wax goes after Tarson, tries to rescue Mercy because he realizes she's closer. He has more of a chance.
Sure.
But Wax freezes again. But Mercy stuns him by headbutting or whatever, snapping her head back, and which is able to give Wax the shot. And then Marcy starts wielding a rifle too. She starts shooting, starts pew-pewing everyone.
Self-reliant little lady. I like her. She's she's not waiting around damsel in distress style. She's like,
nah.
Show me that gun.
Yeah.
I got skills you don't even know about.
And this also Wax recognizes the leader at this point. He kind of he kind of does. He doesn't necessarily.
Yeah,
he puts two and two together. He thinks he does. He's like, is that Miles? No, it can't be.
Right.
Yeah. So we get a name. We get a couple of names. Tarson's the big Kolos blood guy. That's in there. And yeah, so does the whole chandelier trick too. With the chandeliers, shatters them, like pushes them all because they have metal in them. Go save because Wayne's bleeding out. To get over to him.
Right.
Because he's able to heal, but the problem is the guy's still over him. And if he doesn't get to him in time, he's going to put more bullets in. He's not going to be able to heal fast enough. Like they're going to kill him.
So he played dead.
Yeah.
And then he wanted to make sure he was away from, if he gets into the bubble again, he doesn't want him to be in the bubble, which is why Wax come over and help out.
Right. Yep.
It was a really chaotic scene, though. The whole thing is real. It reminded me of that Beastie Boys song, Paul Revere, at the very end, where they go into the saloon and they get a fight, and there's just a bunch of bodies going everywhere. Piano players out. And all this stuff. So,
but the leader does a lot. The leader does escape with Steris, right before the constables show up. So, all of that in vain. They did try to, did try to save Steris as well, but it was just too little. With Wayne bleeding out, he didn't have a choice. It was either she's like, she'll live, he won't. Triage decision. Save my buddy. I'll go after her later. We'll figure it out.
The four hoes.
And they still had other, guys that were there too. They're still trying to subdue. So, they're still trying to get that all straightened out. It wasn't like, they had like a cakewalk to get to that guy, They were just like, oh, they're still fighting people, I mean, this is because this is like right before that happened is when, what's her name? Maris? Yeah, Maris, they pronounce it in the book. So this right before she started like snipe shooting them, So it was super chaotic. So it wasn't like, they just had like a free walk to get there, take out the leader and grab, all their the hostage and whatever, it was just too much stuff going on. So yeah.
Right. And it's pretty cool using the ferrokimmy to like increase and decrease weight.
Right.
Just using that. I mean, there's I'm looking at the anecdotes. There's on a website where they have all the anecdotes that Rand Sanderson has said about these chapters, and one of the things he talks about a lot is the weight manipulation part of ferrokimmy. Scientifically trying to is he changing mass? If so, does he become more dense? Like, or is he just changing weight? Does it change in size, or is it just actual like how much he weighs, or there's a lot to of nuance that he doesn't really explain, but just kind of interesting.
You guys from a scientific standpoint for that,
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Which definitely. I'm fine with,
Yeah.
Yeah, like does he look visually different when he's more weighted?
Right. Or is it? Right. Is it actually
kind of?
Is it mass? Are you affecting gravity? Or are you affecting mass? Like, because those are the two things you could actually argue one or the other.
Well, if you're affecting gravity,
which side of the equation?
Right now, you're affecting the planet you're standing on, not affecting yourself. Sure. Right. Because now you're affecting the relationship from the outside of yourself.
Right.
Because gravity
weight is a concept. Weight's a concept of gravity, whereas mass is not. So
right, mass is the same regardless of where you are in the universe.
Right. Weight is affected by gravity.
Right. Yep. Yeah. Force of attraction.
Fun little science lesson for people listening.
There you go. And today you learned. If you did.
Yep.
Guy.
This guy.
Gotta have them gifts ready.
Gotta have them ready.
I don't like the fact by the way, they should have called them marshals.
Marshals.
I don't know. Constable sounds. I mean, I just hear constable, and all I think about is like
British.
Upper crust British dude. chip chip cheerio,
Yeah.
beat you a baton,
Yeah.
that kind of thing. And I'm like,
The
no,
constabulary.
yeah, right. So I really wish there were marshals instead, but hey, I'm just Monday morning quarterback in this book, so don't mind me.
Well, we do get a constable soon enough. Constable Breton shows up and immediately starts to berate Wax for causing all this havoc. And he's like, really? You're going to yell at me? Like, I just saved all these people's lives. You yell at me? And like, he's like, all these people really got hurt. And they come back with a casualty report. And they're like, yeah, all these people are dead. And they're like, see, I told you. He's like, no, sir. They're all from the other side. And he's like,
bandits. He's like, well.
Wow. It's like the stunned moment where they're like,
one dead, but he died before they popped off with the pistols. And he's like, well, let me shut my gullet.
I'm still displeased by your stunt. You should leave the stuff to the constables, not to me. And then even though it's an active crime scene, Wayne, Wayne manages to steal one of the aluminum guns right from the evidence pile.
Wait, what was the thing about he left a drawing though? I don't get that part.
Because it was a very nice drawing.
If you remember early, yes, very nice drawing. So if you remember earlier, he talks about whenever Wayne takes something, he doesn't steal. He always does a trade, but the trade never makes any sense at all. Yeah, it was for the first couple of chapters. Yeah, it's like he leaves like a piece of lint from his pocket and takes something like a gold watch. And he's like, no, it's a trade. I left something for him.
He'll leave something of kind of similar value.
No, but it's what's important to him in value. Like this lint was my lucky lint because my grandmother had it, and he'll leave that for like a gold watch.
That makes more sense. Yeah, I was like, it has to be some sort of meaningful thing.
Because he left a drawing of a gun?
Yeah. For a gun.
Yeah, he left a really, really pretty drawing.
Yeah, really good drawing.
Drawing of a gun. You just walk around with a drawing of a gun, ready to trade it up.
Oh, we don't know if it was a drawing of a gun. It was just a drawing.
That's right. It was just a drawing.
It was really just really pretty drawing he had.
Yeah.
Fine. All right.
Trade. It's a trade.
Yeah.
It's Wayne for you.
Okay.
Yeah. So I mean, that's pretty much how we end this chapter. I mean, a lot of it's a whole lot of action. I mean, the big, I guess, takeaways are from when they have interactions with the police, and you definitely have this whole idea where you're not a lawman anymore. Quit doing this. Stay out of her way mentality from the coppers. Man, you see, they had the English accents, and I almost wanted to be like 20s gangster cops. Like man.
Yeah. What was it? Edward G. Oh, I forgot his name. The famous guy, the one that everybody emulates. His name is Edward. Edward G. something.
I don't know.
Let's see if I can look. But anyway.
Yeah. Man, you see, man.
Eddie G. Robinson. Edward G. Robinson. See here. Yeah.
See, man.
See here. Papa's coming through here. See. I had to plug them.
The transatlantic accent, I think, is what it's actually called. It's an accent that's an American accent that's now died, but back in the 20s and 30s, it was a very popular.
Thank goodness.
Most radio personalities and newspaper personalities use that same accent too. It was the
thing about it, Alex, was it's not even a real accent. It was a completely fabricated accent that they did. What's her name? Katharine Hepburn used to use it all the time. They called it
they did.
It was a completely
transatlantic accent. Yeah,
they did it just for like movies and radio because it happened to be easier to hear. But nobody actually spoke like that in real life. When I read that, I was like, "Are you kidding me?" So they did it just because it just sounded interesting on TV and in movies. Right. And once the introduction of sound, people were like, "I want to sound different than everybody else, and I want to make sure my voice carries." And they came with these like affected mid-Atlantic, whatever that accent's called. I was like
transatlantic accent. It's what's called transatlantic accent.
Anyway, yeah, but someone's gonna look back at that like 100 years from now and be like, "Man, these Americans spoke weird." It's like we never spoke like that ever. Just
Oh
in the
no, I
movie.
mean some like so in speeches too. Like I mean, if you listen to old like recording of, like Teddy Roosevelt speaking, very nasally and very like like it's very that cadence is still there for like his speeches.
Oh, okay. I
Um,
see what you're saying. Yeah, I could get some of
yeah,
that, but see Teddy Roosevelt though, yeah, that checks out. But that
yeah,
whole nasally,
hmm
whatever type thing. It
yeah,
was again. I always think of Katharine Hepburn, and she the way she speaks. She like, got this
yeah,
really way, architectural way that she
yeah.
likes to talk. And I was like, nobody ever spoke like
No, no one talks like
that.
that. Anyways, um, so yeah. So thoughts about this chapter?
It was
Any
good
takeaways?
good action, but I wasn't
Action.
surprised by that. I mean, that's typical.
Yeah,
He's
yeah.
it's the same type of action he typically does in the Sandra Lynch. It's like it's just a
Right.
bunch of action like all at the same time, but it just happens to be in the middle of the book.
You're right. Yep. All right. So chapter 7. So Mercy decides to visit Wax's mansion, where they're talking about metallurgy and aluminum and talking about how this is a different alloy than they've ever seen. Mercy then informs Wax that Lord Harms is willing to bankroll Wax to rescue Steris. But they're still trying to work through what this alloy is, because it's something they've never seen before. It's different than anything they've ever seen before. So it's a different alloy of aluminum. Why are they doing what they're doing? Because they're trying to figure it out. Because like the thugs were definitely all about robbing, but it doesn't make sense. The kidnappings, and they're trying to figure out what the motivation of the kidnappings are. And they come to the conclusion that it's two crews. Like you had the leaders who have one goal, and they hired all these street thugs that definitely are wanting to just rob people. Because he was like, even doesn't make sense. Like if you have this much aluminum to have this much guns, it's worth a whole lot more than anything they rob. So like, why? You have money, obviously, if you have that much resources. Like, so why are you robbing then? But then they kind of put two and two together. These are just common street thugs that they've hired, and they want the gold and the random trinkets and things like that. And meanwhile, the leaders want people from a certain line and lineage, and they start to put Mercy. I think Mercy first was the one that realizes it, but they kind of put two and two together, and at least they come up with a hypothesis. Now, whether or not it's right or not,
Right.
we don't know, but they kind of all link back to Kelsier's lineage. And of course, Kelsier didn't have kids, but somewhere in his family line, they all kind of link back there. So the most powerful Mistborn ever that lived, the Lord Mistborn himself.
Hey, we don't know if Kelsier can have kids.
I guess we don't know that, but he says in the first era, like, you're the daughter I never had. He says to Vin.
Maybe he just didn't know.
Oh, maybe he didn't know that he had a.
Maybe he had a wild.
He got some oopsies.
We know that Ellen and
Vin
never had kids. We know Ellen and Vin never had kids. We know that much. And Kelsier does say to Vin, "You're the daughter I never had." So like, there is that too, which does I guess doesn't imply they didn't have a son somewhere. But I assume that Kelsier didn't have kids. But who knows? Maybe you're wrong.
As far as Kelsier knows.
Yeah, as far as Kelsier knows. Yeah.
Right.
Did Marsha have kids?
Still has family. So they, basically they're going through and tracing. Mercy's tracing back the lineage and going back through all of it, and realizes they all converge back on that family. And called the hypothesis that they're trying to start a breeding program.
Yep. Insert
Lord Ruler in the breeding programs with the terrorist people.
Yeah.
They try to breed out the fair chemists. Yeah, they're trying to breed out fair chemi. Whereas these people might be trying to breed back in stronger allomancers. Breed back in Mistborn. Because they've gone away.
That's a long game to play if you're going to do that. I mean,
it is. Yeah.
Oh, you got to start somewhere.
I guess. But you might even see it come to fruition. I mean, unless you live in an unusually long life.
Yeah.
I mean, you may never.
Plus, you run into problems like the Habsburgs, where you start having too much inbreeding, and
here we go.
Here we weird chins and all sorts
Here's the crazy
deformities.
Oh man,
It's
Yeah,
definitely
locking
got a
it,
pretty
in
good
its
pool
powers.
here.
You're like, hey,
I mean, at one
I know
point,
we family. I
at
need you
one
to
point,
stay in that room and never come out ever again.
yeah, the
Yeah.
Habsburgs were like one of the most inbred families in history.
Oh man,
But they
had
ruled almost all of Europe.
Yeah,
They ruled almost all of Europe, but they were all inbred.
practically every country.
I mean,
At some point in time, they ruled the country.
Yeah.
So
I mean, you look at how inbred the leaders of pre-World War One, how inbred Europe leaders were. When France, England, Germany, or Prussia, and Russia all went to war,
Yep.
they were all cousins.
related,
Every single
all
one,
related.
like all the people fighting against each other, they were all cousins.
Which is stupid. I'm like,
Um,
y'all are all family. They still are all
It
fighting
was
each
a
other.
family dispute, like that started the whole World War. It's literally
Yep.
they were all cousins, like, and not distant cousins either, like very closely related.
It's like fighting at a
Um,
Thanksgiving dinner on a global scale, basically.
Yeah, I think we're all descendants of Queen Victoria, if I remember correctly.
That's possible. I
Like,
can't remember exactly. I don't
yeah.
track the monarchies like I used to, but yeah, it was just so stupid to me that they were all related. Then they were like all fighting, and I was like, "Are you serious? Okay."
Yeah,
Okay, I
you start
guess.
to get problems with it. Yeah,
That's the
if you
story.
get too much of the same family breeding each other, it creates issues.
Yeah.
We
Cowards
see it in the
trouble.
Habsburgs. We see it in backwoods Kentucky. Sorry, to our Kentucky listeners.
Oh my
Yeah, I
God.
was just gonna say.
Was it
West
the
Virginia
Hatfield and
too?
the McCoys?
The
all
Hatfield
that?
McCoy, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, you get some of that. I mean,
Oh.
you get some of that in Virginia. You go out to like Guinea, which is not far from where we live, and inbred breeding is a thing there.
Is that the island? Is that little
Now,
island?
Guinea's a part of Gloucester. That's
okay.
Tangier. Guinea's part of
Tangier.
Gloucester.
Got it.
Yeah. Well, Tangier doesn't necessarily have that much inbreeding. They just have they never lost their accent, so they still have old English accents.
Oh, is that all it is?
That's why Tangier's. Yeah, so Tangier's famous
many
because like
people are
everyone
there,
that
though?
lives there. Well, it's always had a decent tourism aspect. I mean, you definitely have a very small amount of families that live there, but there's been enough people from away that it's not as big of a deal as Guinea,
But
which is
there's
part
got
of
to be
Gloucester.
inbreeding. It's got to be, right?
There
I mean,
has
this
to
is a
be.
small
Yeah, there
island.
has to
I
be.
mean, yeah.
Yeah, but then you go to like Guinea, part of Gloucester, and that was known to be extremely inbred. I think there's only 4 last names in the entire area. Like they pretty much cut themselves. Like they got their land grant from the King of England, and the 4 families moved into this one swamp area of Gloucester, and like never came out for 100 years until people found them again. And they all have their own language, no dialect, and they had the same 4 last names. So it's
Overrated.
places you don't want to go ever to visit. Guinea's a little. Plus, you don't understand anything they say. They have their own language. It's called Guinea. It's just I don't know.
I feel like I've been told that before, but yep, not anything I'm interested in.
A lot of the old crabbing families that harvest crabs in this area are Guineamen.
Oh yeah.
Guinea.
They do.
So they don't. Yeah. And yeah, I don't speak fluent Guinea, but I've heard it spoken before, and it's interesting. So yeah. It's called Guinea because it's down Guinea Road. By the way, so if you want to know how to get there, you go to Guinea Road and take a right and just keep going until you start to understand what they're saying.
Guess what I'm not doing. I ain't going no damn.
Where you're
Guinea
not
Road.
going.
No,
Yeah.
I'm not doing.
So, yeah, I wouldn't recommend it. So thoughts about this revelation about the breeding and things like that.
Oh, it's kind of what I was thinking last week, and I was gonna say it, but then Alondra said blood, and I'm like, yeah, blood. And then we had very different thoughts on what we meant by blood, because I was thinking inbreeding, or not inbreeding. Now you've said that too many times now.
Inbreeding.
I was thinking it was a breeding program, but yeah.
Yeah.
I can't remember what did
I don't even know where my train of thought was going with that.
You said blood, and you were thinking about a breeding program.
Well, I was
Hemalurgy?
kind of thinking about it, and then I was like,
We talked about
what do you think,
hemalurgy.
Orlando?
We talked about the
Yeah,
spikes.
and then she brought up
I think
blood,
I was
and then
thinking
Alan brought up,
hemorrhaging.
what do people do with blood? And then one thing led to another.
Ah,
But
yeah, I was thinking.
I am a dark
hemorrhaging.
friend, though. Just have to remember that too.
you are.
So,
We're
there's
never allowed
that.
to forget. We're never allowed to forget.
I had a point where I was going, and I don't remember where. It was probably just like, I was right, but I didn't say anything. But also, I can't say that because I've already read these books. I just forget. So just ignore me. I'm just let me be in my own little world.
Yeah.
What else
That's
happened?
right.
Oh,
Was
this
there
chapter,
was some flirting, wasn't
the
there?
alloy. There was a little bit of flirting going on.
Flirting.
Oh my goodness, there was already flirting. They were already flirting
There was
before. I
already
mean,
flirting,
Wayne's already. He's
Yeah.
been calling it out. He's like,
Yeah, he called it out.
I was
That's
interested.
true.
They switched perspective in this chapter. I was
They-
caught off by
they
that a
did.
little bit.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, wait, was that this chapter or was that next chapter?
That's this chapter where they switched to. Well, actually, next chapter too switches perspective again.
Yeah.
But
Yeah,
this
Mary sees it this chapter mostly.
this
but
chapter is Mary
Oh
sees
yeah,
perspective.
Mary's POV.
So this is the first time we see someone else's perspective. I mean, in the
Yes,
book, and I
it
was like,
is.
oh, it kind of caught me off. I was thinking the whole
Yeah.
thing was going to be from Wax's perspective. So I was like, oh, okay,
Yeah.
get a little
Yep.
her thinking, which is interesting because when you get somebody's perspective, you have a tendency to think, okay, well, then they don't really have crazy ulterior motives, because that's the one thing that got me about this one Agatha Christie book was the narrator. It was like from their perspective, and the whole time they were actually the murderer. I mean, because he just hid stuff from you as the narrator. And so, but
That's
tendency is,
interesting. That's fun.
so his tendency is if somebody's the narrator, they're giving you their inner dialogue or monologue. So you kind of trust them as being like a good person, So, I mean, any suspicions I might have had, because when she picked up the rifles and shot, I got a little suspicious of her. And then this chapter came along and I was like, okay, it made me like less suspicious of her, but I'm still kind of on the fence about her. She's too smart for her own good.
Yeah, that seems true.
So I've got like a little bit of like a little kind of reserved amount of suspicion for her. I'm not saying she's bad.
Yeah.
I'm just saying she's just too smart. And I don't know.
Well, I mean,
you can't trust a woman who's too smart.
And Brandon Sanderson is one to write ways and like put it right there in the open.
Smart,
like
she kind of plays dumb. That's the thing.
Yeah.
See, she's much more brilliant than she's putting airs on about. That's the thing I'm saying.
Right.
Actually, she's kind of got my eyebrow kind of.
Who knows? Maybe she's up to something else. Who knows? I don't know.
Secret
From her point of view,
agent woman.
She could be a secret agent.
Secret agent. Mary C. Secret.
Yes.
Mary C.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think she's just an.
What do you guys think about?
Judy.
What do you guys think about the alloy talking about metals and how metals are made and forged and?
I don't really feel like
really
I
fascinating.
anything that really
note there.
Well,
nothing really like knocked me off my stool where I was like, oh man, you just dropped the knowledge. I was like, okay. Sure. I mean, I get it. It's like, the whole thing about you can take something that's magnetic, mix it, and now it's not magnetic. I get all that.
You can take two magnetic things together and mix them and then not be magnetic anymore.
Magnetic. Yeah. I mean, yeah. So
it's a new metal that's not magnetic.
Right. So all that made sense. But I didn't know what to do with that information at the time. I was like, okay, well, bully for you.
I think a good example of that, I want to say stainless steel, because it's chromium and iron mixed together in a certain combination to make stainless steel. And both of those by themselves, I believe, are magnetic. And then you mix them together and stainless steel is not magnetic.
Right.
Stainless steel is.
Definitely know stainless steel is not magnetic. I didn't remember about chromium, but yeah, chromium is definitely magnetic.
Stainless steel isn't magnetic at all, even if you put a magnet up to it?
No.
I don't think so. I don't think stainless steel is. Yeah. It's one of the properties of it. But iron definitely is, and chrome definitely is. So but you mix the two together and you create this new alloy that's not magnetic at all. It's really interesting because it makes something new. And that's kind of what it's explaining, is like the different percentages make a whole new metal. It's not like it's not like a combination of the two.
Wait a minute, is that right? Wait a minute. And the reason I was saying that is because I'm thinking about I have one of those knife butcher block things, the magnetic knife thing on the wall, and I can't remember. Some of my knives would stick and some wouldn't stick, and I can't remember which blades would stick
Hmm.
and which ones wouldn't. And I thought the stainless steel knives wouldn't.
Is Alan gonna do a science?
Oh, I would. Yeah, if he's got like this
A
science.
science display for us.
Yeah.
Science.
Yay for science! All right,
Yay,
magnet,
Magnet.
metal, regular metal,
Metal.
definitely works.
Magnet.
Stainless steel, nothing.
Right. So I had some knives that were stainless steel blades. I had that fancy magnetic thing over my sink where you could hang up all your knives by the blade, and I could
Right.
my stainless steel ones I couldn't hang up.
Right. Yeah, stainless steel.
First, I put one up and it fell down. I was like, oh, I guess that doesn't work.
Disappointing.
Yep.
Yes. I was trying to be fancy.
Stainless steel. But yeah, so stainless steel, not magnetic.
Mm-hmm.
Spoon. Anyways, fun times.
At
the end of this chapter, at the end of this chapter, we get to one of my favorite chapters. And this, out of these three, is my favorite chapter because we get a Wayne point of view. We get our first Wayne point of view, so we're sending Wayne to go try to get some information from the captured Vanishers. And I just think of Master in Disguise. Dana Carvey, turtle, every time.
Oh no,
not
that. Oh no.
My constant
not the worst movie ever made.
Club.
Made. Turtle. Oh, Master Disguise.
He thought he was gonna on his movie career trajectory after Wayne's World and always being a sidekick. He's like, I'm gonna do my own thing, Master of Disguise. It was
Disguise.
Okay, but I love that movie. It came out at the perfect age for me.
Yeah, but you had to be at that age, and then it's like it's like a funny, cult kind of hit. But
right,
I was at that age, and I was like, oh no,
I loved it.
And so I was like, oh man,
I'm gonna be your master of disguise. I'm gonna be your master of disguise. Yeah. I loved how going into Wayne's brain and seeing how he basically has recipes for his voices. Like he's like, I don't just use an accent. Like people don't have accents. People have a whole complex.
Yeah.
He's like,
adding a dash of bartender. Adding a dash of bartender, a little minor in there.
Yeah.
Just perfect.
But he's also, doing a really good job of observing who he's listening to as well.
Yes.
I mean, he's thinking of all the nuances of everything that they've said. There's the impressive part. I mean, having the recipe of how to mix stuff together is fine. But the response to somebody else, that's the trick. And that's the thing that makes him, special.
Yeah. He's another one that seems like he seems kind of like not a dummy, but just
I don't think Wayne's dumb at all.
No, he's not dumb at all. But
Wayne's reckless, but he's not dumb
that way. Like the first couple of interactions, he's just silly. He's just really silly.
Yeah.
And he seems like everything makes sense, even though what he's saying isn't making sense. Like his trades, for instance.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Yeah.
But yeah, he's really freaking smart. Like he's like underestimatable, I would say.
I really hope that they dig more into his backstory.
Oh yeah.
I feel like there's probably when you hear a character like this that has that much of a boisterous, bouncy attitude about life and stuff, it's probably because he's seen some things that he either had a choice of either going, life sucks, it's terrible,
there's some trauma,
or just say, I'm going to ignore all of that and just bounce the other direction. I feel like he's that on the latter versus the former. So
yeah, I mean, it's one of those old things. Like I've never met a good comedian that doesn't have a ton of trauma in their past. Like you just don't find it. Like it's they have a really, really horrible past. It's just you're not a good comedian. Like you have to have trauma to be able to be like truly like funny on that level. I can't think of a good example of someone who is a comedian that's hilarious that doesn't have some form of baggage there. But yeah, so Wayne dresses up as a constable. disguises himself in the 7th octant. Goes to visit the 4th, and strides right in like he owns the place. And goes straight to the captain. He's like, "Hey, I need to interview the soldiers," and they're like, the criminals or thugs," and he's like, "Yeah, you have no jurisdiction here." It's like, "Hey, listen, I can go put the paperwork in. We can get this thing going that way, but you know what? It'd be a lot easier. Just let me go interview him. I'll let you listen, and you can keep your guy. You can get your prosecution, all the good stuff. I just need my information. Otherwise, we're going to be bogged down in paperwork. The guys are going to get away. Let me do my thing."
Mm-hmm. Let me at him.
About paperwork.
Yeah,
it's
a good argument to make.
Because he made the argument about paperwork one direction, and then he comes back the other direction. He's like, "I thought you hired somebody to read your missives." And he was like, "Well,
he's like,
not here. We sent him out for scones."
I said for donuts, which is like the version of which I guarantee it's like the donuts, like cop donut joke.
Oh yeah, of course, send him out to get scones. You know this, but yeah, it's the donut joke. Absolutely,
just a donut
He's
joke.
like, "Well, then bring me one of them scones."
Yeah, go and bring them out. And while I wait for the scones to come back, let me go talk to the guys.
Yeah.
So they agree to let him talk as long as they can listen in. And he goes to the first guy, and of course, starts to put on his whole
10 minutes.
Yeah,
because supposed to be 3 guys. So he goes for 15 or something, but now he's two guys. 10 minutes.
10 minutes each. Goes to the first guy and starts being the tough cop or whatever, and asking questions, and then leans over and changes his accent. And it's like, "Hey, I'm one of you guys. Listen, I'm trying to get you out of here. Listen, you gotta play the part. Spit on me again. Like, hey, don't act surprised. Don't act surprised. You're gonna give yourself away." Like,
yeah.
And meanwhile, he's just like kind of like fishing for information, but realizes the guy's catching on to him. But he's like getting just enough information. Like, he's like, "All right, I got enough. All right, cool. Let's go to the next guy."
Yeah. He's like, "You should know that." He's like,
the next one.
Yeah, whatever. He's like,
"I forgot. Yeah, okay. Bye. Have a good one." All right. So yeah, he goes to Cinderin. Go ahead.
Oh, let's go get the newbie, the new guy.
Let's go get the newbie, Cinderin. Yeah, the new guy, and he now he has more information going the second time in, but now the cops are also a lot more suspicious of what he's doing. Like, no whispering this time. So he's like, "Fine." Throws him a speed bubble. He's like, "Don't move. They'll know what I'm doing." All right. Listen. I'm one of you guys. Whatever his name. What was it? Clamps sent me. He recruited you too, right? All right. Which base are you out of? He's like, what? You're what? He's like, "Dude, you're new. We don't tell you all these things. There's multiple bases. We got lots of bases. If one person gets caught, we don't want them all finding us. We have lots of bases. Which one are you out of?" Right. It's like, "I'm on the Foundry." I was like, "Oh, okay, cool. The Foundry.
Cool.
Cool."
Of course, Foundry makes sense. I mean, if you get metal and you're trying to work all that metal, I mean, Foundry.
Mm-hmm.
An old abandoned foundry outside of town. He's like, yeah, that's where. Yeah, that's the only place I've ever been. But I thought we were all there. That's our only spot. He goes, "Oh no, there's more than one spot, But hey, listen, I can't get you out right now. But what I need you to do is I need you to sing like canary. And I'll let the uppers know what's going on, and then you go ahead and get out of this business."
Yeah, you're not
like Wayne kind of has a. I think he kind of has a heart for this guy. I mean,
at
the same time,
he said you are not made for crime. He was like, "I got all the information I need out of you," and then he comes right back into character and was like, "See, if I was one of them," but really, tell him the truth. He was like, "I got everything I needed out of you."
I'm out of you. Yeah, you're not meant for crime. Like, dude, get out of. Go work in the mill. Like, don't do this. Like, just you're not meant for this. You're not cut out for it. But convinces him to sing like canary when after and wait till nightfall. Don't say anything until then. Give him some time to get back to the bosses. Even Wayne slips up with the first guy. He's like, "Tarson, your boss." He's like, "Tarson's not a boss." He's like, "Oh yeah, the other guy. I mean, Tarson's boss."
You know what I meant.
You know what I meant. No, I don't. But yeah, I love this chapter just because the all the changing disguises, changing voices, and just like Tree was saying, the way he describes how he does the voices and everything, that was great.
Yeah,
mixing like little roughs. And, from this neighborhood.
The voice acting's really good,
and that's
the way it changes as he's going through and he changes dialect.
Sure. Yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty well done.
And it reminds me a lot of like this area reminds me a lot of you don't get it as much in America. You get it in America on a regional sense, but like if you go to England, the nuances in different neighborhoods within the city and accent are so extreme. Like whether you're a Northern Londoner or you're in South London, or if you're, up in Manchester, or, if you're Manc or Yorkshire, the different accents within England, there's such a variety of subtle differences. And I feel like this is kind of how this town, that's at least what I felt. I don't know if you felt that too, but
it's the same thing.
Subtle differences.
A lot of older countries, of course, which is, you think about Spain and France. You start going to the north of the Basque region, which I talk about all the time.
Right.
They have their own language, own writing, and all that kind of stuff. It's the same thing. It's all that mixing and dialects and all that kind of stuff. Yeah, I do find that stuff interesting because, like, you think, hey, I'll learn this one base version. I learned a little bit of Tagalog when I went to the Philippines and did not realize that every province has wildly different dialects. And they were like, "Do you speak Bicol?" I was like, "I didn't know that was a thing." So no.
Yeah.
So they could understand
when I was on.
I couldn't understand them at all. So
yeah, when I was in Indonesia, it's the same type thing. So like Indonesia is like thousands of islands, and different parts of Indonesia speak completely different languages. They're not, but they all speak Indonesian, which is like the standardized version spread by the government throughout all the islands. But then like Balinese is not anything like Indonesian at all. It's a completely different language. Like the islands have their own local language, kind of like Welsh or Gaelic, like where it's not anything.
When we talk about islands,
close
it's always
to English
type of thing, right? That's the reason why the Philippines have so many different dialects, because it's islands, right? So
because in India, you think about in India, the most common spoken language in India is English, because the different languages within there's so many different dialects and languages within India. It's crazy because for most of India's history, it was broken into several different kingdoms, and not united.
China, same thing.
You had
so many
different
different
the Spice Kings and well, you had Cantonese, you had Mandarin are the two big ones, but you have a lot of smaller.
Yeah, but back in the day, though, it was like so many different versions and variations and all the things. Yep.
Right. So, yeah. Interesting. Language is always fun. I'm always fascinated by languages. Yeah, it's fascinating, and accents are always fun too. But yeah. So thoughts about this overall chapter? I know we're going fast through all these, but
I know it's great.
I know.
Yeah. Well, it wasn't like a lot of deep stuff happening, though. It was.
Yeah.
They got in a fight. They beat up some people. They had to go and I guess defend themselves. The constabulary. Then she came over to his house. They came up with some theories about what's going on with the vanishings, and then it's interrogation time, and so it was pretty quick. There wasn't like a lot of depth in these chapters. It was just kind of fun stuff.
Sure.
So yeah.
Well, we got some leads.
What do you think the next moves? Yeah, what do you think the next move's going to be? Do you think they're going to go in guns blazing to this foundry, or more subtle about it, or do you think the guys are going to catch on to it?
You know that these hostages are not ever coming home, right? So now you got to think about how do you save them, right? Because they're not going to be released ever. Right. So what's your play?
Right.
So I think that now it's just a matter of identifying who is the big bad, right? Which sounds like for an operation of this size, based on the way it's been described, it's got to be somebody who's got some real influence. This isn't some guy who's like, thugging and just like, I'm just going to go out here and try something. This is somebody that's like, I want to take down the government and the way that we live and establish a new order. So it's got to be somebody with
Butler would want to do.
That's the reason I'm still suspicious of him. Crazy suspicious of him. Because he's close to, all these dudes. The uncle died a mysterious. We still don't know how uncle died, right?
He sounded like an asshole, though. So do we care?
Doesn't make a difference, but he still died.
Right. I guess.
Under suspicious circumstances. He never told us.
It was his uncle, and wasn't it
His
also
sister.
another family member too? His sister.
His sister.
Yeah. So I mean,
His sister.
it's sus all the way around. So I really feel like the butler did it.
Okay.
The butler is the mastermind of the under.
Oh yeah. He's too prim and proper, and then he talks about he's when she gets over there, and it's all like he's like frowning upon her showing up. And at first I was like, oh, he's frowning upon her because a young lady shouldn't be visiting this guy alone or something. And I think it's because he recognizes that she's a smart little lady, and he doesn't like the fact that she's helping out his boss. Because think about it, he keeps trying to tell his boss you need to go to bed and do all these other stuff instead of like studying and figuring stuff
you
out.
don't want to be a constable. There's other people do that because he.
I don't think he really cares about his,
he's like, Wax
his
will figure
well-being.
it out. So
he's worried. He's not worried about his well-being. He's worried about him getting to the bottom of this. So I think the butler did it.
I think you're onto something.
So, I stand by it.
It's always the butler.
Yeah.
Yep.
There's always justification for it too.
It is what it is.
Yeah.
What's his backstory?
Nobody knows butlering. What does that mean?
Butlering, exactly.
Fun times. So, anything else from these chapters?
Oh, sorry, Alan. I wanted to ask.
No, go for it.
What do you think about this Miles person that he noticed? Like, what do you think? Any theories on that story?
About who he recognizes him as?
Mm-hmm.
I feel like we heard the word Miles before, or the name Miles before, but I could be, because wasn't Miles like mentioned in the very first?
Yeah, I was wondering if it was like, when Wayne showed up, he's like, well, why didn't you put Miles in charge? I was wondering if that was the name that he brought up.
It was definitely brought up at the very beginning of the book, but I feel like it was a person that was referred to and we didn't actually hear anything from.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And the reason why I know this is because I have a cousin of mine who's married to a guy named Miles, and I always thought it was interesting the way she always said his name. She always said his name, Miles. And so whenever I hear the name Miles, it like always, and of course I like Miles Davis because he's a trumpet player, but every time I hear the name Miles, it just kind of just resonates with me. It's like, Miles. So I remember it clearly being said. I don't remember this person ever being introduced or what their relationship was. Maybe it's possible that it happened, but I do remember it from the beginning of the book, but that's all I got.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, I think so too.
Yeah, Miles
wasn't sure. I wanted to see.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool. So
any
other
Miles
thoughts?
Right? Miles came to the butler.
No, Miles is...
We're working through them, Alan. Don't worry.
Yeah, Miles like the butler because obviously he would have recognized that voice right off top, right?
That's true.
Yeah.
Unless the butler's got the ability to do the voice change thing as well as Wayne.
Perhaps.
It's possible, I guess.
Sure. Yeah.
We shall see.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Any other thoughts? I'm doing Alan's job now because we keep cutting him off.
It's fine.
I can't think of anything. I think that's all I wanted to ask about, like what you thought about the Miles thing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I don't know. There was like not a lot of questions being built up. Like we saw some of the other questions, like the whole train car thing and all that, but there was really like a couple of answers, a couple of theories, but nothing really more to talk about, I don't think.
Right.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Favorite character?
Wayne's favorite hat.
Wayne's favorite hat.
The one that got kidnapped. That I hope.
Wayne's favorite bowler.
His favorite hat got stolen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's on adventure now.
Mm-hmm.
It is. Adventure hat.
Adventure hat. Come on, friend.
Adventure hat.
Let's see. Oh, wait. I forgot one other thing. Did I hear the name Spook mentioned?
Ooh, I don't
That's
know.
a
I
good
didn't pick up on
question.
that.
I
didn't pick up on that,
swear,
but that's
I
good.
swear, I heard the name Spook mentioned, and I was like, "Did I just mishear that?" Or
Yeah.
I remember that specifically. So, and I don't remember where I heard it because again, I was on the bike, so I didn't. It's not like I could like really like like track like what I was like when and where and whatever. But I was like, you know, I used to dismiss these names being similar and whatever, except
Mhm.
for now it seems to be coming back, and I'm like, why would that name have been mentioned? So anyway,
Yeah.
I could have easily misheard it, which you guys feel free to just say, "Oh no, it was actually poop," and I was like,
I
"Oh
don't know. I
man."
didn't hear anything. I didn't.
I don't remember hearing it, but that's not
I didn't hear
uncommon
it either.
for it to.
Okay.
Yeah.
So anyway, I didn't know if that was something. Again, it's one of those things where now I've gotten to the point where Brandon Sanderson's, insertion of these names and stuff makes me think, oh, maybe it's
Huh?
something I need to pay attention to.
Is that is,
And
is that your favorite character? The mention of Spook.
The potential mention.
no, because Spook
The
was never my
potential
dude
mention of
anyway. But saying,
Spook is always there with us in our hearts.
sure, let's go with that.
Yep.
I mean, I'm gonna go low hanging fruit, and I will go Marcy.
Yay!
I mean,
Okay.
she's uh, uh, an unknown quantity at this point to me. So I'm just curious
Yeah.
about her. I want to hear all the things about her.
Yeah.
Yeah, my backup would have been the butler, but I'm gonna go ahead and go Mercy because Alfred Pennyworth ain't my dude right now. We're not.
Yeah.
I think he's sus. I think this is like the
Okay.
second or third episode I've said that he's sus. So
Super sass.
I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go with Wayne's dueling cane because yeah,
this
because he
guy bringing
mentions it. He's
dueling
like,
canes
it's
to a
not
gunfight.
fair. You bring a gun to a dueling cane fight. You bring a dueling cane or at least a knife. I mean, you can bring
That's
a knife,
rude.
but a gun.
How dare
rude.
you bring
Rude.
a
Heckin' rude.
firearm?
To a
Where's the
dueling cane
civility?
fight.
How dare you, sir?
Good times.
How
So
dare you
next
come-
week we're doing
He's bringing
3 chapters
fisticuffs,
again.
You're bringing friggin' chambers and rounds. How dare you?
Yeah, how
Mhm.
dare you? Where's
These
your
city
sense
people just
Oh,
don't
your sense of
know.
honor?
His sense of honor clutches his
Anyways,
pearl.
next week we'll be doing 3 chapters. 3, 9, 10, 11.
We're doing
So-
tree chapters? Okay.
Tree chapters.
Tree chapters.
Tree chapters. All
These
right.
chapters are about me.
Yeah.
That would be weird.
it just
It would
breaks.
be.
It breaks up the whole book and just starts talking
the
about
fourth
tree in
wall.
our artwork.
That's it. That's next week.
breaks the
I'm
fourth
somehow
wall.
making every chapter somehow about me. I'd be like,
Yep,
so
absolutely.
this one time at band
We're
camp.
not doing the never ending story where
There
you
Oh,
become
come
the story.
on.
Never ending story. I don't know if that movie holds up or not. I watched it again I tried to watch it
Oh
with my kids.
no, that movie does not hold up, sir. Oh no, it is the craziest thing ever. I watched that thing
It is.
and
It's
I was
some
drinking
kind
at
of
the time.
crazy
But
dream.
yeah, it really it's like a fever dream. You're like, what the hell are we watching?
What was going on?
Oh man.
That and Labyrinth. Labyrinth is like that too. Like you try to watch Labyrinth.
Yeah, Labyrinth it's got some parts that kind of hold up. I mean, of course, I love David Bowie
does.
and
Oh sure.
young Jennifer Connelly. Is that Jennifer Connelly? In
But
that?
it's definitely like a fever dream. It's definitely trippy as all get
Oh
out.
yeah. Because it was around the same
Noodle
time.
Twin.
It was around the same time that Jim Henson was doing that Dark Crystal movie, right?
Yeah, which was dark.
So yeah, so it's like dark puppets and stuff. And you're like, what the hell?
Yeah.
It's
what's going on?
Yeah.
It's weird. But yeah, so fun times. So yeah, 3 chapters. We'll do those. They don't have chapter titles, so just through 11. So should be a fun week. These are about the same length as last week. So
Okay.
just to the word count.
Wow.
Hey.
Yeah. I mean, within like
Tree, you're like we're like simpatico. You were like we're gonna do 3 chapters. And Tree and I both go, okay. And they go almost to the word count. We both like
Wow.
and they go, wow.
Wow. Wow.
It's like, Jinx, you owe me a Coke, I guess. I don't
Fun times.
Maybe we
Well, obviously, we're really
podcast,
tired.
we become a
I know.
singularity.
We are like in
Singularity.
robot mode right now. Oh, cool.
Exactly. We're just
Wow.
trying to make it through.
There you go.
So
Exactly.
I will promise to have more sleep for next week. That's my goal, at least.
I will attempt. Again, I didn't intend to be an insomniac last night, but it happens.
And I had
Yeah,
a great sleep
does.
and did nothing all day, and I'm still tired. So
Oh, no.
I just cannot
Yeah.
bring the energy. But that's
By the way,
okay.
and now you guys know. I mean, if you have, I mean, it's true. It's real. Right now, the sun is starting to set earlier. It has kicked in because I know exactly what the sun looks like every time when I on my bike when I do my workout outside. You know, I look out the window. Every week, I have noticed is darker and darker when I start my bike ride now. And sure enough, and I start around the same time, 6:30, 6:15 every week. And today it was almost completely dark in that room. And I was like, oh, we're getting to that time. So I think that's another reason too why people are starting to feel tired right now. It's just that. Yep.
Makes sense.
So I don't think it's we're just lazy. I think it's that.
No, it's just the time of year. It just happens. It's just
absolutely
our brains are telling our bodies that it's time to chill out.
Circadian rhythms are getting switched up and don't really quite know what to do with themselves.
Exactly.
I should do a paper on that. Just see if I can follow up on that.
And then just kind of an FYI, I think I'm still going to try to, but in 2 weeks I am going to be on vacation, not next week, but the week after.
Ew, that's right, vacation.
But I'm going to try to record from vacation this time, so I should have space.
Nice.
I will be on vacation the 13th and the 20th of October.
Okay, so those 2 weeks.
Yep.
Okay. Are you guys are going on vacation? Sweet.
Yeah. So we decided we'll go ahead and try to lock something in. So we're gonna go to St. Croix and
Oh, nice.
San Juan, and then I'm gonna extend the vacation because I have like too much vacation time. I gotta use up my leave, otherwise I lose it. So I think I'm gonna go to Yosemite. I've never been. So I think I'm gonna do that.
Boo! You should come to Canada.
Tree, I would do it
next summer.
Can lock something in. A cool thing for me to do.
You keep not doing it though, Alondo. I gotta lock something in.
Tree, I have not bought tickets for Yosemite. So look, if you give me a cool event to come up there for, I'm down. But it's got to be like jazz, something cool.
I'm not good enough. I'm not a cool enough event. I see how it is.
Fine.
I'm good enough.
The world's largest waterfall.
And gosh darn it, people like me.
That is kind of cool, though. Yeah, Niagara would be kind of
one of the 7 wonders of the world.
Yeah. Do they have any jazz there?
Jazz. Probably. Maybe we can find jazz.
Okay. Tree, lock it in.
Sure I'll put out like a Facebook Marketplace ad. Where do people ask for that stuff? I don't know. How the internet works.
Marketplace is how you sell stuff. Right? I don't think that's how that works.
Type it in ChatGPT. They'll probably send you some weird butchery shop that they're going to harvest your organs for their battery project.
I can't.
All right,
I just can't.
If you're serious, I will try to make that work.
I've been serious. I'm so serious.
Okay, you're so wait. I'm gonna do the Al Gore from South Park. You're so serial. All right, I will make it work. I will. Yeah, because I mean, Niagara Falls would be cool to see.
Yeah, and in October, the leaves should start to look pretty good.
Yeah, that would be cool too. Yeah. And I've never been to Canada. I'm looking forward to just.
No, and it's not too cold yet, so come before it gets too cold.
Ooh, good point too.
Yeah, and the nice thing about October is it's not like regular tourist season, so there's like a lot less people.
That's why I travel in October specifically so I can avoid tourist stuff.
Tourist season. Yeah.
Yes. All right, Trey, you might have convinced me. I think I might work that.
Twist in your arm.
Say what?
Am I twisting your arm?
Yes, it's such a weak arm. So yes, it is. You got me. You got me.
Yeah.
What can I say?
Scrap a strong hand. Anyways, how it can be found is at thecosbyreads.com. It's a fun link where you can find all sorts of cool stuff to links and merchandise and Patreon. Go support us. All the good stuff. Go join the socials, the Discord. Learn about all sorts of cool things like magnetism and metals.
The non-magnetized
I wonder what eating
magnet
stainless
metal.
steel. I wonder what eating stainless steel does in this world now. Let's get some shavings of stainless steel and eat it. See what happens. Yeah. So like, subscribe, all that cool stuff for the algorithm, and that's all I got for this week. So
bye, everybody.
Bye.
Bye. Thank you for watching the Cosmere Reads.
Gosh dang, gosh, fresh. Gosh dang, gosh, stay fresh.